Okay. So, we have learnt about cost minimization and we have learnt about profit maximization in perfectly competitive market. What I want to show you that in perfectly competitive market, profit maximization implies cost minimization. So, let us write the cost minimization problem first. The cost minimization problem is basically minimize R k plus W L with respect to k and L such that output is greater than or equal to Q. The point that should be noted that the cost minimization does not depend on the price of the output in the market. Okay. So, we have already learned that the cost minimization, we draw the iso cost lines. This is iso quant Q, and this gives us condition that for maximization, marginal product of labor divided by marginal product of capital has to be equal to W by R. Okay. W by R is the slope of iso cost line. MPL by MPK is the slope of iso quant, and where the minimization happens, at that point these two should be equal. Now, let us look at the profit maximization. The profit maximization problem is that maximize P f of k comma L minus R k minus W L. And the first order conditions that we get, that P M P k has to equal to R and P multiplied by marginal product of labor has to be equal to W. From here we can obtain that M P k divided by M P L has to be equal to R by W, and this can be rewritten as M P L divided by M P k has to be equal to W by R. If you pay attention to this equation, which is the condition for profit maximization, and this condition which is the condition for cost minimization, these two conditions are the same. So, we can say that profit maximization implies cost minimization. Two things that I want to repeat. One, that if you pay attention to this part is what? If we take it in the bracket, we have to put a plus sign here. This R k plus W L is the cost. When you want to do the profit maximization, you are doing the two things. Of course, one is MR is equal to MC, marginal revenue is equal to marginal cost, and the second is to produce the Q amount of output from MR is equal to MC. You get how much to produce, because this would give you the label at which MR is equal to MC, and once you have that label, basically what you are doing to produce that amount Q by in a list cost manner, and this is what the minimization is doing. So, profit maximization in itself encapsulates the cost minimization. Okay. That is the reason that we get these two conditions are the same. Can we say that cost minimization implies profit maximization? Unfortunately, we cannot say that, for a simple reason that if you although the conditions are the same, but in this condition we do not find any output price. Okay. So, these two conditions can be reduced into the cost minimization condition, but from the cost minimization condition we cannot generate these two conditions. So, we can simply say that profit maximization implies cost minimization, but cost minimization does not necessarily imply profit maximization. Thank you.